Let me start by saying that the title is no joke. This is my favorite movie, and there will be spoilers in this video. So I do suggest you check it out. It's on Netflix, though it is leaving soon, and if you don't have that, I think it's worth buying. So here we go.
Treehouse?
Treehouse.
I really hope nobody asks me what my favorite movie is, because it's Captain Underpants. The reason I say I hope nobody asks me is because it sounds weird by name. Like, Captain Underpants isn't exactly the most deep and moving movie title I've heard, but this movie has so much heart, comedy, and amazing art style that it is my favorite.
You are so good at operating a crane, Harold.
No, it's really not that hard.
The movie is about two young best friends named George and Harold. They make a comic called Captain Underpants, and when their school principal, Mr. Krupp, forces them to go to separate classes, they hypnotize him to believe he is Captain Underpants. And he only turns back into Mr. Krupp when he gets water or any liquid on him.
Well, a hero's work is never done. Now it is time to fly again!
No.
Where am I? Ah! Where are my pants?
Oh no, he's Krupp again.
Ah! Tra-la-la!
If that sounds really lame, well, it really doesn't matter, because the only thing that matters in this film is the characters, comedy, and heart. Because that's what you'll care about. It's not a deep story with crazy executed plot points, it's just silly and full of heart. The character design is amazing with the bouncy 2D look. It's so refreshing in this world of 3D CGI movies. And the characters are so good. George and Harold are great together, and the bond they have is something special about this movie. If you know the books, and if you saw some of the trailers or just the title of the movie, you might think it's going to be full of potty humor. And it is, but it's also more than that. It's not always just fart, and that's the joke. It's more like one of the two kids make a fart joke and then they laugh. It's not always funny because fart. It's sometimes funny because the kids think that's funny. In the movie, it works better with the idea that these kids think that that is comedy gold than expecting you to think that. And if you laugh, there's a chance it's because of the characters laughing, so you're joining in the silly fun that they find. And it really isn't all of that sort of joke. There are other jokes in the movie.
And the personal favorite, the binder. Having trouble organizing your binders? Well, look no further than this giant binder. 4 binders.
A lot of it is just the two kids back and forthing what they think of what's going on. And because you already see their bond as friends, they play off each other well. Also some fourth wall breaking and, that sort of humor. Like, okay, it wouldn't be a video about this film if I didn't bring up this scene. Heads up, this comes out of nowhere in the film. And if you haven't seen it yet, I've already won you over about this movie, please go see it before I go on. It's that good. Okay, so there's this scene where it turns into sock puppets.
Within months, we'll be awkwardly bumping into each other at the mall. Oh, hey, George.
Hey, do I know you?
You'll have a weird haircut. I'll be wearing a suit for some reason. And before we know it, separate classes will lead to separate lives, which inevitably leads to robots.
What? Why are there robots at the mall?
Because this is the future. The future always has robots.
Whoa. Why are the robots shooting other robots? Aren't they supposed to be friends?
I don't know. I'm the artist. You're the writer. That's why we need each other.
And it's cool. It's more the shock value of it. Like, you didn't see sock puppets just coming out of nowhere. You don't really expect it. Also, it shows what sort of level this movie's willing to go to be silly and funny. That's the sort of humor. And it's not just a comedy film. There's also a lot of heart. George and Harold are good friends, and you know why they are so desperate to stay in the same class.
Unless he puts us in separate classes.
Which will never happen.
Huh?
It'll never happen. Because we control him now. And if he ever gives us any trouble again, all we gotta do is snap our fingers and tra-la-la. All of our problems go away.
Even though they overblow the problem, they have a motive for why they're doing this to Mr. Krupp. Sure, some of the time it's just to have fun, but they also want to stay together as long as they can, and are willing to deal with it. There's also a villain. Introducing Professor P.P. Diarrhea-Steen Poopy Pants Esquire, the man who is determined to wipe out laughter, which is of course bad, especially since George and Harold thrive off of it. Again, the whole point is that they bond over being silly and being creative, so to wipe that out is horrible. And even Poopy Pants is given a reason why he wants laughter gone. It's because everyone always laughs at his name.
The Nobel Peace Prize in inventing stuff goes to, Professor... is that really your name? It's not like some kind of joke.
No, it's not like a joke. It's a traditional name in New Switzerland.
Am I pronouncing it right? Poopy Pants.
More or less, except the emphasis is on the poop. Why are you laughing? I've invented a shrinking and enlarging ray. I should be famous.
If we're talking heartfelt, let me tell you about Mr. Krupp. He looks like a generic type of character, but there's a scene in the film where they need to drop off an unconscious Mr. Krupp at his home, and the boys think it'll be this really creepy and scary place and just horrifying, to find that it's just sad.
Not so Cheerios.
Ah, this guy's bumming me out.
I gotta say, this has not been the funnest Snoop.
Yeah, no, totally. Really sad Snoop. Kind of regretting it, actually.
But he does have a love interest, the lunch lady. George and Harold realize how sad his life is and helps him get a date with her.
So, that's how we came to pull the rarest prank of all. The prank for good.
Huh? Do you want to go on a date? A date? Love.
Principal Krupp.
It feels so good to see this character, who is so mean, then to find out why, then to see him get better. So what year does this movie take place in? I don't know. Because it's not trying to force cool memes in it. It could take place in any year, really. I mean, it has some modern music and a little turtle camera that seems like newer tech, but really, I kind of see it as taking place in the 90s. And of course, it has an amazing song done by the amazing man, Weird Al Yankovic.
Are you worried about impending doom? Those evil villains got you filled with gloom. Don't you fear there's a hero in the sky, the sky, the sky. Na 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 na, Captain Underpants, yeah yeah yeah.
Faster than a speeding waistband.
He's busting down doors, or wearing just his drawers. Na 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 na, Captain Underpants, yeah yeah yeah.
The point I'm trying to get to here is that most things have points. Mr. Krupp isn't just mean to be a mean character. He has a reason. Poopy Pants isn't just evil to be an evil character. He has a reason. So even though this movie is comedy, I would think that most comedies wouldn't care to give such characters a reason. This one does. Because it makes it a better film. So it's not just silly jokes, it's silly jokes coming out of characters I care about. Don't need a deep reason why Mr. Krupp is sad, just say he's lonely and I'm already invested. That helps the film so much. The movie only made about $125.5 million in theaters, which is pretty bad. I mean, it only cost the super crazy little amount of $38 million to make, so it did make its money back, and with how risk-taking this film was from its art to its humor, it's a shame more people haven't seen it. It is my favorite movie, and I can't emphasize enough how the name and the perception of this film holds it back from most people. I remember when I saw it in theaters, my sister said something like, "I thought this would be bad, but no, it's actually nice." So please do see it. If a heartfelt movie with tons of comedy that doesn't take itself too seriously sounds good to you, please see it. Well, and if it doesn't, I understand. You probably won't like this movie. Like, I'm sure I still sound crazy to some people, but that's my feeling on it. And it is my favorite movie. Thanks for watching. Oh, one more note. I actually have some of the merch they made for this movie. It's neat. Like these figurines, and I have 2 of these talking plushes.
Oh, rah! What? My hair's cool, I thought. Your hair's pretty funny.
It's cool that they got such nice stuff. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks for watching my video. I really hope you did enjoy. I think this one had a lot more effort in it than most of my other ones, but I don't know, you be the judge, let me know. Also, I want to give a big shout out to WTLN, who made the thumbnail for this video. He's an amazing guy, an amazing editor, he's just all around great. Seriously, check his stuff out, link in the description. And thanks for watching. Have a good day.